top of the throne. I ain't a king, not a pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many miracles burning my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, it's a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to do well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me.
We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Cleveland Browns. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A first down throw for Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he coughed it up, and it's scooped up by the Jets. There he goes left side. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, and then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Chubb on the counter. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Switch. Pistol.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's third down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Mayfield on play action. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Hey, Charlie. Mike, 57. You can't block me. You can't block me.
After the interception, here's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now. It's Bell, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Darnold. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Check. 53. Hey, Zoo. 53 is mine. Hey, watch the slant. My turn.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the 1st score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive 1st half to get that lead. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Third and long for Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off near the 44. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that top deep. Go. Let's go, let's go.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Darnold on first down. That's complete as he goes right back to Crowder. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
65.
Again, Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Here we go, son. Rock 57. Here we go, here we go. Chance.
Now Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Catanzaro extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And I think the ball's out.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 38 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
57
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold out left to Anderson. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Jets, first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
Young lady. Hey, exit. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Here we go, here we go. Young lady. Let's 57.
On first down, it's Darnold. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Young lady.
it's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Out right here to Herndon. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Check 53's Mike. Red 80. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Go. 53 to Mike. 53. Red 80. Pick it up.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield looking deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Landry, the intended target. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Mayfield on 1st down. And it's a fumble. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield with it once more. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
3rd and 11.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Here we go, D.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go. Hey, Foxtrot.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for land. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. Muscles him off. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, it's Bell. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Yeah. 53.
Darnold from the gun. Open man is Anderson. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold hauled in by Anderson left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Darnold from the red zone now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta. Who we got? Mike, 53.
Back to throw, Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance. And now here's another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 11. He was looking for a Nunwa there. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
We're going to start. 53 is the mark. Keep it waiting. Keep it up, guys. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Anderson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 41 yards. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one. Point after now from Catanzaro. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. From the gun, Mayfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Second down and 10, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his second touchdown of the night. Now the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 30 on second down, Mayfield looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Check pass, check pass.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Avery Williamson, his second sack of the night.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Third and long for Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, check, Mike.
On second down, Mayfield again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Good. 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, defense. Our time. Let's go.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching? And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Darnold now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The first play of the 2nd half. A big success, over 30 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Outside. Lady. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Red 80. Watch the whip.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Got an open man. It's a noon one. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Hey, Charlie. Here we go.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold finds his target. It's Bellamy. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now Darnold. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Good. 180. They can't hang with us.
Mayfield on first down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Trying to get it to Landry there, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
First down, Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Landry again the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
It's second down and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.